Offensive line isn't good. So according to his video, and just let me know if you guys have seen the video over there. Again, just tell her, give us a shout out, give him a shout out. But I had an issue. I got a real issue when we just come out and make bland statements like the offensive line sucks. I mean, did you see our running back core? Did you see our wide receivers? I mean, Zacchaeus was a starting wide. All right. Zacchaeus. Tajay Shaw. Christian Blake, aka Young Thug. That's who you talking about?
Oh yeah.
These guys were our wide receivers. So my thing, I like to go in depth when it comes down to making statements. You just can't come out and say, all right, the offensive line sucks. That's it. The offensive line sucks. They ain't very good. Well, how the hell can you be very good when you have those receivers who's incapable of getting off the block? You feel me? So, like I said, what is your thoughts on that? I think it's a bland statement, and we talk about an offensive lineman that didn't give up one sack last year. And Chris Lindstrom, you had obviously you had Jake Matthews. He got the extension, and well-deserved extension. And then it's a toss-up. I wouldn't say that, Matt Hennessy was absolutely terrible. He was very good in the run game. Mayfield was very good in the run game. Caleb McGill was very good in the run game, but they all struggled with consistency in the passing game. So it's so much to go into it to just say the offensive line sucked. And that's my issue. You got to go in depth and just, all right, we're just going to say they suck and that's it. What are your thoughts on that, Kstylzz?
Man, yeah, like I said, I think that's one of the things we have to kind of look at as far as when people start putting these points out here that they leave bland statements to where it's like, okay, what the hell do you really mean? It's like saying something but not knowing what the hell you talking about at the same time.
Right.
Yeah, for me, as far as the offensive line, yes. Like I said, they were pretty inconsistent as far as on a game-to-game basis. Like you said, it was still the running game lacked. Like I said, the middle of the field was the middle of the offensive line, particularly Matt Hennessy, Drew Dahlman, and like you said, Jalen Mayfield, who really has to work on pass protection. He had to work on his ability to block in the passing game as well. Allowed a lot of pressure up that middle.
Yeah.
But as you said beforehand, if your wide receiver, like I said, and that's one part of the game. The other part of the game as well is if your wide receivers can't get off of jams, that they can't really give a quick open target for the quarterback. Quarterback has to hold the ball for another half a second.
Right.
And as we know in the NFL, you hold the ball for a half a second.
Yeah. 2.5 seconds, you got to get that ball out of there. 3 seconds is way too long.
Mm-hmm. And it's so crazy because it's like when you actually look at the whole totality of it, it's a combination of just failure. But you got 7 wins out of this team, which is 3 more than what most people gave them.
Yeah.
But we could say, well, the teams they played against weren't that great. But the Falcons have had a history of playing bad against bad teams and playing good against good teams. Or the last few years is playing bad against good teams and playing absolute worse against bad teams. Excuse me. The water usually hits like that. Had burping like a mother. But yeah, so when you have a quarterback whose whole game is to try to get the ball out as quick as possible, but not having the ability to get the ball quick as possible because you don't have the guys that can get the release off quick off the line of scrimmage. Then you also have a middle of the offensive line that's really still learning. Because even though Matt Hennessy, this was his second year. This was a first year start. This is his first year as a starter. He wasn't, like I said, he wasn't a first round pick for a reason. He wasn't no second round pick for a reason. Drew Dahlman is the same thing. Jalen Mayfield playing a brand new position. Like you said, Chris Lindstrom and Jake Matthews were the real consistency on this offensive line. But as we know what offensive line is, you got the gel in order for it to get better. That's what it comes down to. Cause hell, even that 2000, even that Super Bowl winning team, that Super Bowl Falcon team, 2016-17 team, that offensive line wasn't great.
Pretty bad. They gave up a lot of sacks and a lot of hits that year. That's something that people don't realize. But I mean, look at Cincinnati. Like they gave up the most sacks and hits for a quarterback in the league. Right. They still made it to the Super Bowl. They had a shot to even win it.
But the one thing about that offensive line was they knew they could run the ball.
Yeah. Yep.
That was it.
Running game will save you. Running game will save you a lot of time.